Biblically Centered Kids.
Well, welcome to the Biblically Centered Kids podcast. Today is going to be a great Sunday. My name is Miss Danika, and I'm excited to share some fun things with you and then guide you on a draw along. Today is July 28th, 2024. All right, today we've got a fun and tasty national holiday. Well, today is National Milk Chocolate Day. When solid chocolate is combined with either powdered, liquid, or condensed milk, it gets the name milk chocolate. It is believed that in the mid-1800s, milk chocolate was first created as a beverage in Germany. Yum! The milk chocolate bar that we all recognize today was created by Swiss chocolatier Daniel Peter and Henry Nestle, the founder of the Nestle Chocolate Company. So yeah, it's a tasty, wonderful, chocolatey day today. Well, now it is time for today's Draw Along. We are going to do a drawing based on our Old Testament story this week. If you remember, we read about Samuel and how he heard the voice of God. His mother Hannah was faithful to instill prayer in his life, and because of that, God was able to use him in a lot of ways. He obeyed and listened to the voice of God. So today's drawing will be of Samuel answering the way Eli told him to. Speak, Lord, your servant is listening. So it's time to grab a piece of paper and pens or pencils or crayons. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to get what you need and to get situated. Okay, so first I'm going to tell you what our drawing is going to look like when we're finished so you kind of know how we're going to get there, and then I'll walk you step by step, okay? So we are going to draw Samuel sitting in his bed with his arms uplifted in front of him, answering that call of "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." And I'm going to have, just so you can kind of know my orientation of my page, I'm going to have my page long ways, so vertical. So my paper is longer up and down than across. And we're going to kind of have Samuel on his bed. His bed's going to kind of be going diagonally from the left to the right, from up to down, and he'll be sitting right there on that. So we're going to give it a little bit of perspective. So here we go. So first, I'm going to use a pencil so I can kind of mark out everything a little bit. And then later I could go back with my marker or my crayons or my pen and really get those lines where I want them. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to draw a rectangle, but I'm going to draw it a little bit skewed. So my rectangle is actually going to start about halfway over on the left and then go down towards the middle of my page a little bit. And then my short side is going to go up from there over to the right just a little bit. And then I'm going to make that other long side back up towards the left side of my page. And then I'm going to make it go a little bit off my page. So I'm going to make that other short side kind of go back onto my page. So if that makes sense, I drew a rectangle, but it's kind of skewed, so it's tilting over to the left. And that is going to be the bed that Samuel is sitting on. All right, so first I'm going to put a pillow on the back of this bed. And beds back then were kind of like mats, so we don't have to draw it like a mattress or anything. So the rectangle we drew is good enough for our bed. I'm just going to make a little other rectangle towards the top of that for his pillow. Okay, and I'm going to have Samuel sitting up in bed, so he's going to be sitting directly in front of that pillow. And we won't need to draw his legs at all because we're going to have a blanket on him because he was just in bed. So he's still in bed. He's just sitting up. So I'm going to draw the top half of his body. So again, it's starting kind of where we drew his bed towards the top. And so I'm drawing his back. And then I'm going to have a shoulder. Okay, I'm drawing his whole body. And then his neck. And now his head. I'm going to kind of have him looking up as if he's looking up towards the heavens, up towards God. And he was a young boy, so I'm just going to give him kind of a boyish haircut. And his eyes, you could either have them open like he's looking up, or you could have them closed. Maybe he was kind of sitting there prayerfully. And his nose and his mouth, I'm going to draw his mouth kind of open as if he's saying, "Speak, Lord." All right, and then I'm going to go back to his shoulder. I'm going to draw that, and then his arms. Remember, we're going to draw them palms up as if he's reaching up or lifting up in worship or in expectancy towards God. So his hands are going to be up. He's going to draw his other hand coming up behind him. All right, and then I said he's still kind of sitting in bed, so I'm going to draw his blanket kind of over his lap. And you could kind of make it look like his legs are underneath there a little bit. And then my blanket, to kind of show that it's kind of pulled up around him, I'm going to make it be a little wavy, show some creases. There we go. And just for fun, I'm going to draw some sandals kind of off on the side, as if he had them on, but now they're on the side of his bed until he is ready to get up. And now if you want to, I'm going to write the words, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening," on the page. I have room over on the right side of my page. So if you want to write it, I'll spell it out for you. If not, you can just be finishing your image and start to color it. But I'm going to write, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." So the first word, speak, we spell that S-P-E-A-K. That says speak. And then the word Lord is L-O-R-D. So it says speak, Lord, and then we're going to say your servant is listening. So your is Y-O-U-R. Servant is S-E-R-V-A-N-T. And then is listening. So the word is I-S. And then listening, L-I-S-T-E-N-I-N-G. So here is Samuel sitting in bed, ready to hear from God. And then we have it, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." And that's actually a really good, simple prayer that even you or I could pray every day if we don't know what to pray or if we're just wanting to hear from God. So I would encourage you, even just right now, if you would take a minute with me, let's set our pens and pencils down and just close our eyes for just a little bit. And I'm even going to raise my hands up a little bit to heaven, and I'm going to say, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." And that can be the beginning or the start of your dedication to God every day. We don't have to pray big, elaborate prayers or know all these big words to say. We can really just speak straight from our heart. And it can even be as simple as, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." Well, I hope that you enjoyed today. I really enjoyed closing in that simple but strong prayer. And you know what? You could use this picture that you just drew, and you could finish coloring it and making it just how you want. And then you could share that story with your parent or sibling or friend, and just talk to them about how you have dedicated time each day to seek God in His Word and through prayer. All right, well, I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. We can't wait for you to join us tomorrow to learn our new virtue tomorrow, Virtue E. Until next time.